Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111
Louis Obispo rocks the 805.
God, I hate you.
What did I do?
Just because you were going to ruin my productivity, not only for the next 4 hours, but probably for the next several hours. Jeremy was talking to me a little bit before we started this morning, and he said, I'm thinking about taking Charlene up to a fire lookout. And I'm like, oh, for what? And he's like, to stay the night.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And I just looked at this category of like fire lookouts that are available, because I guess back before technology is what it was, we had to have these fire lookouts, and they decommission them, but they don't tear them down. So they just sit there. So somebody will like take it over and try to make some money on it and like turn it into an Airbnb. There's hundreds of these across the country. I'm on Georgia. I was looking at California. There's 9 in California.
You see one, and then you see one that's kind of, ooh, this one's even cooler. Like, look at this.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, these guys,
I would suggest
architect
going
design
to one that's close, so you don't have to drive too far. Spend all your time driving, which no matter what, you're going to have to drive quite a ways. But that's always kind of like, let's start somewhere close, and then if we like it, then we'll expand and go to one that's a little bit further away. That way, you don't have everybody in the car going, oh, are we there yet? This is taking forever. Where are we going? What are we doing?
So according to the internet, there are 2 that are drivable too. And I don't know what drivable means, because it says it's a good idea to have a high clearance vehicle or a 4x4 to get to these places. But they do have roads.
Okay.
They have roads.
I mean, most of the roads that I travel on in the mountains are pretty good. I mean, they're gravel. They're Forest Service roads. They're made that way so fire trucks, everybody can get through there if there's an emergency. So, but then sometimes you get off trail, like to leave the Forest Service road to get up to the fire tower. That may not be gravel. That may just be dirt, and water comes in and puts ruts in and washes roads out and things like that. And that's where you may end up like, oh.
And how reliable is the GPS when you type in, take me to the Big Bear Fire Tower or whatever it was called? I forget which one I was looking at.
If anybody's done this and they've stayed at any and you want to give some feedback, feel free to text in 805-543-3692. I've never done it. Had a friend that did it with another couple. And when that couple told me they were going to do it with this one guy and his
Bear
girlfriend,
Basin.
I was like, oh, wow, I want to know how that goes. I said, yeah, we're never spending any time with them again. All they did was fight the whole time. And it was like 15 flights of stairs. So you kind of want to know where you're going. There's a lot of fire towers. They're just maybe 15, 20 steps, like one, staircase up and you're on the deck. Others, obviously, that, you keep going up and around and up and around and up and around, but they're not all like that, which is kind of nice.
So there's one up in Del Norte County that can accommodate up to 8 guests.
Okay.
Actually, it can accommodate up to 12 if you pay the extra fee, which is like $30.
Let me tell you.
The price is $75 a night.
I know, it's really cheap. But here's the thing. Before you start bringing other couples, this is a very tight space. And I know that you're not a big fan of hanging out with other families and couples because you've done it. I'm just saying it's probably a one-room lookout. Most of them that I've been to are just one room. You walk in, this kitchen's over. There's like a kitchen area over here. There's a table with some navigation stuff over here. There's a sleeping quarter over here, and there's a table to sit out over there. And that's it.
This says you can drive to it, but I'm sure there's a hike that's involved afterwards. This one is one of the ones that you're talking about, that it's built so high up on a mountain. It's up on a mountain that is a mile high. It's 5,280 feet up in Del Norte. And, well, the thing is, I'm not looking at it on Airbnbs. I'm looking at it on recreation.govs.
And there's no comments.
The guys that turn them into Airbnbs, like, they put some money into them. and they rent them out for way more than $75. Like the government still, the ones that the government still owns are like $75. But I'm looking, like, I don't see any cars up parked next to this, this fire tower.
There's two lines of thought on taking your wife to something like that for the first time. And the first line of thought is you take her somewhere really nice the first time so she's like willing to go back. This other way to look at it is you go to a regular one the first time and then you upgrade it and then you'll really appreciate all the stuff that, you're paying for. So I don't know.
It says it's wheelchair accessible. So if it's wheelchair accessible, gosh, it's way out in the middle. Like, it's literally on top. It's up on Bear Basin Butte. And that is a bunch of Forest Service roads to get you there. Boy, you better take all your stuff, right? I mean, like you got to take out. It's off the 199 near. Like, you have to access it from Gasquet, which is North California. It's up by the Oregon border.
Okay,
but pretty cool looking, and for $75 a night, I mean, there's your entire vacation right there. Do a little hiking, maybe living off the land a little bit, Jeremy. Can you do that?
I think it would be a lot of fun, and I love nature. And you can bring coolers and bring your own food and
right.
a portable grill, and you'll be happy for a weekend, easy.
This one is like one of the ones you're talking about, where it's one flight of stairs up.
Yeah,
I mean, there's literally like 14 stairs because it's on top of the mountain.
Nobody wants to haul a 80, 90-pound cooler up 10 flights of stairs. You know what I mean?
No, you just leave it at the bottom of the stairs, and if you really want something out of it, that's when you go down and get it.
Well, you get your exercise in. But
you hang out at the base for a while.
Two people could carry a 60, 70, 80-pound cooler up the stairs and set it on the deck.
No, you leave it at the bottom. You're just leaving it here.
So go down when we go rafting, because it's
dogs?
such a pain in the ass to like pull the cooler out of the raft, and so we just go down anytime, and then whoever's turn it is to go on the beer run, you're like, all right, we need 4.
There, you get your exercise. There you go. But this one's only like 10 steps, so I would.
What's the website you're on?
The problem is like bears and stuff, right? Like you're
yeah.
Recreation.gov. We're asking a question this morning as a result of this rabbit hole Jeremy has made me go down. Now I'm all over Airbnb. Look at it. And fire towers in different states are much different than they are in California, West Coast altogether, like Washington, Oregon, California. They kind of access the Sierras and the Cascade ranges, so they get those fire towers way up there. Like in Georgia, it's just barely above the tree canopy, but there's a lot of steps to get above the tree canopy. You're climbing up. You're talking about 100 feet. Up steps to get to these fire towers because they don't have any elevation to build them on. What's the most unique Airbnb or VRBO you've ever stayed in?
Where was it? Gotta know
where was it? What was it made of? We thought about doing this for a short period of time at our house. I looked into all kinds of different methods. There was one method where they basically blew up a bubble and poured cement around it, and then the cement would set, and then the bubble would just kind of stay there. It was like a housing bubble, and you get a little bit of rebar in there to hold it together and stuff. But it wasn't a popular method, and I reached out to a friend that does concrete. I was like, hey, you guys ever hear of this? He's like, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Don't do it.
Seems like a pain in the ass. And it could go bad and be just expensive.
Fall in on your guests. That's always a problem.
93.3 KZOZ rocks the 805.
Or maybe it's a beach ball. Foursquare ball hurts and hits you upside the head.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like the kickballs, that they use. It should be that though. You can't, like, it can be breezy. And like beach balls are impossible to throw in the wind. Like we'll do this thing where we play a ball game, and you know what I do with the beach balls in the wind? This is your trick. Okay. You love hacks, right? I don't, but here's the problem. I'm not going to make an Instagram or a TikTok video because I don't have that kind of personality. I'm like, oh my God, all you have to do is do this with the beach ball, and then you could throw it in the wind and then do a sped up video and then show what my process is. you deflate it completely. Then you hold it underwater.
Oh,
and then you open the valve, and then you put a little bit of water in it.
So it adds a little weight, right?
It adds a little weight, and it'll move around in the air when you throw it, too, which is fun. You know, it's like trying to catch a moving target, but still, it's still going to have enough to travel. Like sometimes you'll throw a beach ball, and it'll be windy, and it'll go whew, straight up in the air and then behind you.
What do you think would happen if I brought that on one of my camping trips with my buddies that we do on the river? You know my friends. A little bit older, a little bit more conservative, a little bit more crotchety.
It would get shot.
It would get shot. Mike would pull out his AR and shoot that thing within 30 seconds.
That's why you got to get the right ratio of water to air inside of it and make sure you hit him up the head a couple of times.
He would say, and that is why you get a suppressor, because it would just go, and then... He's like, don't ever, and then he would look at me and say, don't ever bring that California crap here again.
Well, you could get a camo beach ball. They sell them at Sportsman's Warehouse.
Okay. Now we're talking. See, that would be a little bit more along the line with these guys, you know?
Can you find a camo beach ball? Is that all you do, by the way? Do you not have a diverse set that you run with? Like it's always really, about guns, beers, and river? I mean, that's what
it's fishing, guns.
That should be your country album.
Riding, side-by-sides, mountains, guns, fishing.
You can get custom ones. Hey, how about this? Do any of them own a business?
Yeah, a couple of them do.
Then you imprint. You can get custom beach balls with the logo on it. Then they would be adverse to other people shooting them because you're shooting a representative of the company. You know what? They don't. I mean, I'm on Amazon right now, and I'm at least 40 posts down, and I don't see a camo. Like of all the beach balls in the world, like you can't make one with a camo.
The only way I'm bringing a beach ball is if I know that I could tell these guys, okay, we're going to shoot at these things. There's no way there's going to be
beach balls are fun, man.
Guys on a river bouncing a ball around to each other. Yay!
It is more of a pool thing. What about a water football? We have a water football that we throw around the pool. It's awesome. It's cool. I mean, it's
not
really
fun.
A
throw the ball around kind of group.
Right, yeah, because your arms are old and out of shape. I get it.
Exactly.
Fingers are really strong though, especially the trigger finger.
So I think this is a great thing. I know I'll enjoy it. The problem is they're going to hike up the price on it, and that is Clausen's is now selling pickle juice in bottles. They say it's good for cocktails, cooking, and other things.
Yeah. It got too hip.
And,
that's the problem.
I like Clausen's. I like all pickle juice. Grillo's has been my favorite.
It's the tamest of the pickle juice. It's the most baseline.
But it's good. It's a really good.
That's why it's my favorite.
I use it as a base.
I'm not big into pickles.
Because I will mix Clausen's pickle juice with peppercini juice, which you can't just drink peppercini juice without choking. But here's somebody talking about what their plan is with the Clausen pickle juice. So you won't buy any pickles in this juice. You'll just pay for the juice.
Now, I'm not a pro athlete, but I am something of a mileage monster. And since cramps are no fun, I rely on my secret weapon. Clausen Pickle Bride. Yeah, maybe it's weird, but it makes for a great rip.
And now they're making Bloody Marys with pickle juice, I've noticed. That's one of the ingredients they're pouring in.
This is a big industry. Is the leg cramp industry? As somebody who gets leg cramps by going, because I go on a fair amount of hikes, and if it's a strenuous hike, two things: I don't hydrate properly, and I like to hike. I literally will take this thing on a hike with me, and it's not, the clean canteen's not full of water. Okay, it's full of coffee.
Yeah.
All right, and that's probably not good for hiking, but it's good for the motivation to get up the hill. So I will probably dehydrate myself a little bit. The fact that they're marketing it to the leg cramp people, I have these things that I take in the middle of the night if I get leg cramps, because they always happen in the middle of the night when you're sleeping. And it's these things that you stick under your tongue, and think it's called Highlands or something like that. And it's a dissolvable, and in seconds, it takes the leg cramps away. It's crazy how effective whatever it does.
You got to get the
works.
name of that and share that. I would like to.
It's Highlands. It's called Highlands leg cramp melts or something like that.
Can you find that at the
nice.
CVS or the Rite Aid?
Yeah, every place. In fact, some
Highlands.
of them, I think Rite Aid makes their own brand now, and maybe CVS does, maybe Walgreens.
Highlands must be the name brand of the leg cramp.
That's the name brand. It's the expensive one. Yeah,
It's like a lozenge or something?
It's a melt. I forget what, homeopathic. They call it homeopathic.
Okay.
And you just stick it underneath your tongue. I take about 2 or 3 just to make sure that the leg cramps don't come back because I want to get back to sleep type thing. But the fact that I know that this is a good method for chasing those leg cramps away too. The fact that they're marketing to these people, like she said, she's a mileage monster. She's not an athlete, so she drinks pickle juice in the middle of the night or pickle juice whenever she can to hydrate. Tells me that your assessment of the fact that they're just going to jack the price of it up is true. Like, why wouldn't you just go out and buy the pickles? Get the benefit of the pickles and then
well,
keep
this
the juice.
is easier. You know, some people see stuff floating in there and that bothers them. You know, it's like, oh, that's the good stuff, man. That's what you want. But I just sharing a picture with Jeff. It looks like a sports drink bottle. Like think of a 6-pack sports drink bottle, like Vitamin Zero or Vitamin Water, or whatever, and that's what it's going to be packaged as. And it's actually kind of nice because it's already packaged. You can put it in your cooler to take with you to make cocktails. If you're going to make like some clam diggers, Bloody Marys, Caesars, Bloody Caesars, and you wanted to add a little pickle juice to it. Or who knows?
Or a lot of pickle juice.
What about I know you're not a martini person, but I love a dirty
12
martini.
fluid ounces of pickle juice.
With olive juice. What about a pickle martini? Does anybody have tried that? With pickle juice and vodka.
Yeah, I can honestly say
Gin.
the fact that I know I play with beach balls, but I also know that I never will or never have drink a martini.
Oh, you have to.
No, that's Sex in the City stuff. That's for you.
No. It doesn't have to be Sex in the City stuff, all right? It could be...
the minute you say martini, I'm out.
It could be Suits, or it could be whatever that other show is where the people drink.
No, however you have to trick your whatever mental
James Bond
gymnastics you have to do to trick yourself into. But James Bond was James Bond, okay? He's a fictional guy. Don't say that he made the martini cool. The martini is it has been hijacked by women, and it is their drink, and that's fine. You can have it. Have the martini.
You're thinking of a kamikaze or something. I think women have gone more
I like
kamikazes. Yeah, see, you drink like a woman.
kamikazes.
Martinis are more manly drinks now, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, you can let us know.
I'll get
805
You know why I like
543
kamikaze? Lots of different alcohol in the kamikaze.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KCOZ rocks.
Somebody wrote out, Moe's has got a really good deal. Then I saw this story yesterday. There's a pizza chain, and of course this is in Australia. They might be taking toppings a little too far. I mean, you know, I don't know if they're trying to play on the pineapple thing.
They put some Vegemite on it, mate?
No, they're going opposite of the Vegemite. They're going to orange slices. They're putting orange slices on their pizzas.
What's your most controversial opinion on pizza?
Fruit, hot fruit, any hot fruit will work on pizza. Pineapple, apple, pear, any hot fruit works on pizza. I don't care where you come from. We love hot fruit here, even orange.
Is he saying hot fruit?
Pot?
Like
I think he's saying hot fruit. No, I think he's saying hot fruit. And we have a friend of the show who used to come in and rep the farmer's market. She doesn't anymore, so we won't mention her name. But she used to tout barbecuing peaches on the barbecue.
Yes.
Just for 30 seconds on a side and get those grill marks on the barbecue. I tried that. It is excellent. There is something to the hot fruit dynamic. And really, what is all that different? So you get a ham and pineapple pizza or a Canadian bacon. Well, no, it's ham from now on. Screw you, Canada. No reference to your bastardization of real bacon.
Here. Yeah.
Yes, tough tariff talk here. Okay, screw you. You're going to cut us off with electricity? You know what?
You think
your
you're
bacon
tough?
doesn't even
You
exist.
think you're
Your bacon doesn't even exist anymore.
It's ham.
It's ham. So you get ham and pineapple on the pizza. What's the difference between ham and pineapple and ham and orange?
That's
Or
what
ham
they're
and
saying at Bubba's
apple?
Pizza in Melbourne. There's 15 locations, and they do ham and orange pizza. They say it's a Hawaiian. Nice. They just sub out the pineapple. So you're already on the same wavelength with these folks.
Yeah. What would also be good with that? I mean, if you could do it right, I don't know how you cook it and get it to where it's the right. Listen, we are in no place. Us as Californians are in no place to talk because I've ordered pizza before, and the pizza comes out and it's got like a mound of arugula on it. Like you think oranges are worse than a mountain of arugula in the center of a pizza? Like what the hell? I immediately grab that stuff and put it in the green waste. Yeah. Like what is the point of it? Like it's weeds in my garden. Like that's going to make a pizza taste good as a arugula, even sparsely. Even if you put it on there sparsely, and you say, oh yeah, we got arugula, it's still gross. Like way grosser than oranges or apples or whatever fruit you're going to put on it. Like I give the fruit pizza a chance, and you put it on there with smoked meats like ham or bacon or any kind of smoked
prosciutto.
meat.
So I've been to a lot of the wineries around will do flatbread pizzas.
The hell you say?
And they do I think it's goat cheese and sliced granny apples.
My friends would say if I come around with a bottle of Chardonnay, they shoot it right out of my hand.
Candy onions. I'm gonna start calling him Machine Gun Mike. Machine Gun Mike has quite an arsenal.
What'd you bring? Chardonnay? We told you to bring Ganache.
And Machine Gun Mike is now turning into the wine guy, but he knows my wine past.
Hey, look at that wine.
So he's like, hey, try this box wine. Tell me what you think. Hey, it's always, I go, oh, what do you got there? Oh, it's a new box wine. Try it. Tell me what you think. I want to know if you like it.
Box wine's the best. I'm with your friend
you know
Mike
what?
on this one.
He goes, this is an Italian one. And he's got Zinfandel in it.
Peter Vella.
Oh, me too.
It had to be Peter Vella.
So, the reason Machine Gun Mike stopped drinking Bud Light and went to wine is he was getting the gout. Do you know anything about the gout? It does something with something in your body and it crystallizes it. It makes it feel like needles in your feet.
Doesn't wine create that too?
No, it's actually, wine is much better for you than beer. Beer is not good. So he's gone to wine. Now he drinks wine. It's pretty funny, but it's always out of a box, and he always wants to know what I think, what my expertise is. I go on box wine.
Well, it depends on how long the box is in the cooler for, and the box is rendered useless once it's been in the cooler. So it's out of a bladder. It's not out of a box at that point.
So, we could start.
I'm with him on that.
I like pineapple.
Jeremy,
I don't know if I want
this?
oranges on my pizza, but I do like pineapple with ham, Canadian ham.
You got to tell your friend Mike, who's averse to beach balls but way cool with box wine, that when you're done with the bladder, you can blow it up and turn it into a beach ball.
We could turn it into a bladder bomb. Put some gas in there, man.
Fruit on pizza is not bad. I mean, like, seriously, like, I hate the people that are like, oh, pineapple, and they're like, they're gonna die on the pineapple hill. Yeah. Like, you've said it before, and that is, let everybody like whatever the hell they like. Like, I'm sitting here on top of arugula, people. Apparently, there's a market for it because it's on menus. Gross.
It's warm lettuce leaves. It's like dandelion leaves on your pizza. I can't do it.
Hot fruit. Australian guy's right, because hot fruit is good. Warmed leaves is bad.
Anybody else have anything else on their pizza? Some malala berries or some blackberries?
Hey, that would be good.
Some, I don't know.
Little cheese, like a little blue cheese on it. I mean, you could make like a brie pizza type thing.
805-543-3693. Those are the 805 beer text lines. Send them in.